For tonight, we're also excited to be presenting the first annual Young Nonprofit Professional of the Year Award, which you'll hear more about after our presentation later tonight. And of course, we're here to celebrate you. So please make sure that you take time to mingle after our presentation. And we want to go ahead and introduce our keynote speaker tonight, Max Schorr. Max is the publisher and founding editor of Good, a magazine about the people, ideas, and institutions driving change in the world. So please put your hands together and welcome Max.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for that really nice introduction, and thanks for having me. It's really great to be here. I think it's a special honor to be here tonight with so many people who put their heart into what they do. That's the best kind of company, and I just know from being here, but also meeting some of you, that that's the case, and I think that's really wonderful. So specifically, I also wanted to thank Renee and Kathy, co-chairs. I think the entire board here. I think it's a wonderful thing that all this organization happens without any full-time dedicated staff. Also Anna and Eric, who took me out to a really nice dinner before this. But I don't have much time, so I don't want to kind of get into anything. And thanks to all of you for the work you guys do, even when nobody's watching. I think that's when the best stuff takes place. So 3 years ago, I was working at this little nonprofit education program in Massachusetts, and a friend called me up and he said, "You want to start a magazine called Good with me?" And my initial thing was kind of, who on earth would ever want a magazine called Good? So I kind of said, I don't know about that. And then thought about it for a little bit and realized this is a blank slate. And I guess one of the challenges we face, and we still face, and I think all of us face together, is this idea, and the idea that a do-gooder is kind of sort of a pejorative thing, that it's kind of a soft person who can kind of be steamrolled, or who's not significant, or who's naive, or sort of idealistic. That's an idea that we really faced 3 years ago. I think we're starting to see a sea change. And our thing was that, on the one hand, there was this idea of a do-gooder that wasn't impressive, and on the other hand, meeting people like you and people who are really kind of putting their passion into things to try to make a difference, it's really the most impressive thing around. It's very hard. And so we wanted to kind of showcase that, and showcase the way there's sort of a new kind of good and a new kind of energy. And I think it's an energy that a lot of you and a lot of the nonprofit sector is starting to bring to the table. And that's certainly where we looked in the beginning. So anyways, these are some handmade buttons we made a couple years ago, before there was a magazine. Go to the next slide. So this question, I'm still asking myself. I still don't know. I hope some of you guys are asking it. I hope you guys are answering it. But I think right now there's this sort of, it's a really exciting moment, because people want to do something awesome with their lives, but I think there's still a sort of shortage of things that you can do. I mean, there's never been more opportunities, but still you kind of need to break down the walls and create new paths. And I think all of you, and the idea of a young nonprofit association, really signifies kind of, dealing with this question and coming up with a solution that's bold, has soul, and, is really making things better. So, anyhow. I need to get going a little faster. But so that's a question. And for me, I realized my unmet needs were that I wanted to be successful, and I wanted to make money so I could support a family. But really, kind of this urge to make a meaningful contribution to society. And it's these two sort of crucial elements of being able to sort of have some measure of comfort and success, and also making an impact on society. I think for too long, it's been an either-or. Either you go to Wall Street, or you go and you do Peace Corps, and it's like the two aren't there. But I think all of you are hopefully finding this middle path. I know money is like one of the real challenges in nonprofits, and we'll get to that. But I think there's a whole generation that wants these two things. That wants all of this mixed up, and I think you guys are on the front lines of creating careers with the important part of it, the contribution to society. So, next one. So this I was in Japan, and this woman who's dealing with homelessness in New York, but Roseanne Haggerty and her model at Common Ground has been replicated all around the world. Put this slide up, and it kind of took me back, but I thought it was really powerful. And it's like, let's stop kidding ourselves and think that people are putting aside their self-interest too good. What's so exciting about right now is that there's this alignment of our self-interest to do good. And I think it's really important. I think if you ask too many favors of people or expect them to sacrifice too much, it's a slippery slope. And I think it's really important to figure out ways and to kind of understand that what's so powerful that's happening right now isn't that people are all of a sudden altruistic and postponing their interests. It's that people really, really are very